Hey guys, it's Lethal Pot and welcome back to Jade Empire, and we're going to be continuing on with the arena and probably try and get up to Crimson Khana. Which I believe I spelled her name right, yes. And then we'll see where we go from there. I'm still probably going to go for the Inquisitors, which I honestly probably already did when I talked to Breezes. There's things I'm remembering, but I'm all like, are they for these things, or are they for other ones? And I'm just getting confused. No, wrong thing. No, so let's have a look at... Well, I've already done the thing, so... So yeah, too late, whether I've missed out on an opportunity there, but I think the thing I'm remembering is with someone else besides Fang. I think it's the dude from Tian's Landing. I think I have something else to do with him. Well, if we've missed it, we've missed it. Let's go.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What do you need?
My hands are really cold, so I may be terrible
yes, your
at
next
this
fight. There's been a bit of a change in plans.
It was
Not that
-3
it will
this
affect
morning
you
here.
too much, of course. It's all part of the traditions of the arena, you see. I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from the guild, you see. As soon as you're ready, you'll be facing him instead of a normal match. I was originally thinking that you'd done well enough to face Crimson Khana for the Bronze Division Championship. Things change when the guild is involved, though. The guild's the organization that controls the betting here. That's not all, though.
Yeah, this is what you told us last time. Very well,
I'm certain it will be a small thing. Best to just finish it now. Are you ready to get... Excellent.
Yes.
Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Many of you are asking yourselves why the serpent would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes. Does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No! We've all seen the flawless technique of the soaring star that is Silver Phoenix. Now, it is time to put these aptly demonstrated skills to the test. And so, the serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you Evil and Terror incarnate.
Dire Flame.
That's right, they're immune to fucking magic.
Longsword.
Come on. I really need to remember what my block is. It's left trigger, I think.
That was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before. No one questions your skills. That is why you were allowed to fight that beast. I'm convinced that you deserve a shot at Crimson Khana. Your victory has sealed the deal. That reminds me, I was asked to instruct you to talk with Lucky Cho before your next match. He didn't say, and when I asked, he gave me that glare of his. Go, speak with him now. The sooner you do, the sooner I can return you to the ring.
I always wanted to see the back.
I hate standing here, but I will be for a long time. Don't tempt my foul mood.
Aren't you a sight? I am Happy Endings, famed courtesan, and it is a pleasure to greet you. I really shouldn't talk long, however. I'm under an exclusive agreement with the proprietor of this place, and he gets such wild fancies. Better not to pique his interest by talking to a lovely lady such as yourself.
Sure.
I don't know you, but you're in here, so I know you're not common street trash. I hope for your sake that you have enough silver to warrant my time. You've got style, girl. You're just fine in my book, as long as your purse is full. Sweet Poison Lynn's my name, and I trade in rarities of a magical nature. I guarantee I have something you need. Magical enhancements and knowledge. Have a look at my wares and see for yourself.
Yes, this is the one I like. I like 1,000 cuts. Have to save up to get it though. I mean, we don't use that, do we? Leave that there for now.
Before you face Khana, I'd like to present you with a mutually beneficial arrangement. Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Khana. This is Sweet Poison Lynn, a master of the Toxican arts. Sweet Poison, standing before you is Silver Phoenix, the one we discussed.
Your introductions are unnecessary, Cho. I know this one personally. I trust you'll consider this discussion private and potentially very beneficial.
Crimson Khana's rise to Brown's division champion has been good for business, but she has become troublesome of late. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and she's right. The problem is that she cares.
What this have
The
to do with
Serpent
me?
and I believe that Khana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the Bronze champion.
It should be
Go
a
on.
simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Khana's drink before the match.
I will not be
She
party
will be
to a
dealt with
murder.
regardless. Why not benefit from our actions and ensure that her removal is clean?
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild if I were involved.
If you accept, the guild will cover half of Lynn's usual fee. The remaining cost would be roughly half of your winnings from defeating Khana.
What if I tell the
You
authorities
fool!
about this?
The guild is the authority in the arena. Anyone you approach would know better than to tangle with us.
I will not dishonor myself by resorting
If that is your
to
choice,
poison.
then so be it. You may deal with Khana on your own. I strongly advise you not to bring this up to anyone. I hope my point speaks for itself.
From what I've gathered, the bribes flowing from this place would make telling the officials useless. But what if we told Khana herself?
Our business is concluded. It is time for you to leave.
Good jump. I look forward to crossing paths with you. You and I both rose quickly through the ranks. The true test will be in which of us falls and how we handle it. I should warn you, Lucky Cho is trying to eliminate me. Have I become such a thorn in the serpent's side? How do you know this? Lucky Cho offered me the services of a
Uksair
poisoner.
tuni kakno aku kwawir fuisir
Is
aku
Lucky Cho so
fagita.
desperate to see his bets assured, or does Kai Lan see me as a threat? Either way is a victory of sorts.
Uksair karitas funir sisair ir furktatasir.
The guild does not
ir
operate so
karanos sakupono.
overtly in the rest of the city. I wonder if your organization condones such actions. But such musings are useless. Why have you told me this? I consider you a worthy opponent. I want to make sure our match is honest. We have to watch each other's backs, or the guild will fix every fight. Because I expect a reward from you. No.
Uksier watuafu ni froto usosa
The
wir
feeling is
uktatasir
mutual,
ni
though I
rioki.
think you deserve more than
Mono
just
wiri
friends.
fuiro tarir
I've long
noka
promised that I
sisair
would
na
train anyone who
worktanti.
defeats me. My skills with the sword are imperfect, but there are things I can teach you that no other could.
Aka wo na wir sawir sonsi
Should you emerge the victor of our fight, I will
Narawir,
train you in some
woifuir uksunur.
of my more advanced techniques. You have shown the purity of spirit to wield a weapon with the required precision. That is a fine
Wo
reward.
sair
Thank you.
pinir so kart ayawir.
A warrior knows that training is more valuable than silver. Lucky Cho mentioned the guild. I need to know your thoughts on that. I have some questions.
Uksier watuafu ni froto usosa wir
The guild
uktatasir
has
ni
made this a
rioki.
place of spiritual trials. Kai Lan the Serpent heads their activities here. It is but one part of their larger operation, but their practices disgust me. What can
Kwawir
you tell me
uyu
about the Serpent?
itarir
He is the
noka
real power
sisair na
behind
workut.
Queen,
Wo
Lucky
nisir
Cho,
wir noka
and all
takuna
the
fifir.
rest. He bends the fighters to his will, but I will not be his puppet. The Serpent will never guide my sword.
Wo ifuir
what does the
uksunur
guild play?
kdanowe na
Kailan's
wafta
gods are
tasiruk.
but a
Kitir
portion
noni
of the larger
nikuyo
guild,
ipir ta.
fixing fights and adjusting the odds in their favor. There are rumors of extortion and worse, but it's best not to speak of it. What does the Empire put up? Why does the Empire put up
Wo
with the
panaru
guild?
wasawir
Dishonor
tatasi ni
exists
wasuni
everywhere.
prawo.
The guild
Wasawir
exists
kokonato.
in an uneasy truce with the officials, and a steady stream of bribes aids the relationship. From
Wono
what I
wiri
hear.
fuiruk was
Others say the
nosistu.
arena
Kwawir
recruits
ni
for the
sisir
Lotus
sisi tu
Assassins,
kun
and
wano
it is a
sisi tu
theory
nik
worth
on widifi.
considering. Does my blade somehow aid these assassins that threaten my homeland? I pray not.
Ukir kawu
I have some questions about fighters.
uksir
Have I already done this?
watuafu.
At this
Froet
point in your
wasoir
career, the
fuarir
higher ranking
sonsi
fighters
noka
will
uk
tell you
frotir
about
noni.
themselves. Still, you must see a thing from many
Tir
angles
nik
to know it
puntuir.
truly.
Kwawir noka uk. Soir takitir
I can
noni.
tell you about myself, of course. I know hapless Han relatively well. I also could tell you something of the beast they have here. Tell me about you. I'd like to hear about you,
Uksir
Khana.
watuafu.
I
Froet
am from
wasoir
Phoenix Gate, the
fuarir
largest
sonsi
city in the
noka uk
prosperous
frotir
east.
noni.
There I developed my own techniques of weapon combat. I have vowed to teach them to anyone who can best me. What have you come here
Uktatasir ni
specifically?
rioki.
Every
Ka
city
sisair na
has its
worka
masters.
wukategi.
I came here to compete against the Empire's best, and I have managed to hold my own. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else you wish to ask about? God, I cannot talk today. Tell me about Hapless Han. Han's intriguing. While his skill is small, he shows no envy and learns from every encounter. I wonder if he stays in the qualifiers so he can face every new fighter. You think he throws fights? It's hard to say with him. Perhaps his smile is that of the full and satisfied tiger, not vacant as the others believe. Is there anyone else you would like to know about? What can you tell me about the beast here? A number of different creatures are used here to add to the spectacle. Ogres are commonplace, but more recently, some sort of subhuman creature has been appearing in the ring. Of course you are the expert on demons, having faced one in the ring already. I hope the rumors they would bring such beasts into the ring were false. Let's talk about the
Wiri
Imperial
Fuiro
City.
Saf
I have not been here as long as some of the others, but I will answer as well as I can. Do you want to know about this area, the Scholar's Garden, or the city in general? Tell me about the city in general. As I'm sure you know, this is the capital of the Jade Empire. The city itself is built around the Emperor's Gate, the massive passage into the Emperor's land through the wall. Is there any way through the Emperor's Gate? The gate saw frequent use in the past, but now Emperor's son allows no one to pass through. Then again, he has flyers at his disposal, I suppose. Do you know any of the history of the wall? The wall's defense role has long since been eclipsed, but it remains an ever-expanding monument to the Empire's strength. All land within it is the Emperor's own. Jesus. Of course. I want to hear about the area around here. Around the heart of the Empire Tavern is the market district, bustling with open markets and hawkers. It's vibrant, full of life, and even louder than a battlefield. They're learned men and worthy of respect, but they can teach me little of the sword. The garden lies across the waterway, past the nobles' houses, and is open day and night.
What?
Let's talk about something else. You clearly dislike this place. Why not just leave? Mind, spirit, and body must all be tested. You can achieve peace in a garden, but you earn it on the battlefield. Goals reached without trial are not so easily kept. That makes a certain kind of sense. Many philosophies agree with philosophies agree with me. Many do not. The ensuing debate are no less a field of battle than this one. Not all battles are fought with weapons. Thank you again for your warning. It will be good to know that our fight will be fair.
Always. I was just thinking that we should keep at finding a way to the Imperial Palace. It's not that I don't want to talk, but I know I'd be more comfortable if we made some more
I want to hear that you're ready. Until the guild stepped in, I was ready to give you an attempt at the bronze division for your last match. Now it's time. Are you ready to face Crimson Khana, the finest sword this august arena has seen in 5 generations? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
Oh god, itchy nose.
Silver Phoenix stands to take control of the Bronze Division from Crimson Khana.
No. Wrong button. That's hold B while I'm not moving. Damn, why did I do that like that? Dumbass. Excuse me, game. I fucking hit her. Get her. Oh, that was so close.
Khana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Khana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her from her championship will learn the secrets of her technique.
Come talk
to me when you have a moment. The crowd loved that fight. I think it was worth some extra
Come
silver, don't
now.
you?
The arena works on a strictly regenicated payment system for the fights. There's no way I can give you extra.
You're too savvy a businessman to not reward your star performers. I make it easier for you to fill the seats. That means nothing.
I'm sorry, but there's no room for bonuses, extra payments, or gratitudes of any kind. You'll be fine with the usual winnings.
I should have went with intimidation.
Now that that's settled, what else can I do for you? Now that you are champion of the Bronze Division, the Silver Division awaits. It seems that, indirectly, this serpent has decided to keep your career interesting. A demon has been added to the regular roster since your earlier victory. And since you've shown aptitude, I'm letting you face him first. This is indeed an honor, though it will not be easy. Are you ready to defeat this horror? If that's the decision you want to make, it's your profanation. You just let me know when you've changed your mind.
I'll come back.
Soldier is a worthy opponent. I hope you understand how many warriors have tried to extrapolate him from the Silver Division Championship. He'll be watching you, so expect him to anticipate your style if you face him. When you walk the streets and hear your name among the crowds, be sure that your ego does not swell like the body of 11 gaping maw, god of inopportune gluttony.
Sure. I have been thinking since our match. I came to this place seeking honor, but I feel that my many victories have all been hollow. I think, yes, it is time for me to leave again and seek other challenges. What will you do now? I think I shall return to the prosperous East and continue my studies. But first, I am sworn to teach the secrets of my style to any who can best me. Let me instruct you. Since you told me the serpent's plan, I will teach you a more advanced technique. The key is balance and form. Your motion must be swift but precise. Well done. You learn very quickly. One thing bothers me about your moves, though. Throughout the fight, I felt as if there were some opening in your defense. Why wouldn't you exploit that opening? What I sensed was some opening in your guard. I cannot name it, and could not find it leading me to believe that it was a brilliant Your method traps your opponents into hunting for a weakness they'll never find. You should speak with your master about this. For now, you are deadly enough. Others have mentioned this. Should I be concerned? Consider it a perfectly laid trap, not a weakness. Your master was truly skilled to mold such a trap into your very being. It is odd he never mentioned it to you. Sometimes the best masters dare not trust their students with the deepest mysteries. Certain lessons can only be learned if one discovers them for oneself. I hope you fare well. I turn my eyes to the east, where new challenges await me by the ocean. Just look at the configuration of the horse and the configuration of the dragon. I need to get, and there's the configuration of the snake. I think there's one more configuration I have to get before I can do the thing, but I have cow bees or nickel and a vial of sulphurous water. I think that's all I need. Possibly one more thing. There's the turtle eggs. Or maybe I already did it then. My brain, I swear. Okay, so I have to do this Silver Division stuff there to talk to them. Where Okay, I think we'll go to the Scholar's Garden. Oh wait.
You have shown some skill, but you are not of interest to me yet.
Spin around in a circle.
Nothing lower than silver will earn my respect.
Yes, yes. I will be back. Well, this is what I was coming for anyway. I have been waiting for you to return. My sources tell me the problem of Minister Shang and his report to Judge Fang is no longer a problem. My spies tell me that Judge Fang has resigned. Is this true? He has resigned right here. I have his resignation right here. You've done well. With Fang out of the picture, we can assign his post to somebody less difficult. Somebody pliable and easy to control. Somebody like Shang. Shang has no backbone, no will of his own. Things will go much more smoothly for the Lotus Assassins with a puppet like him running the Ministry of Magic, Ministry of Harmony. You have successfully completed the mission I gave you. As your reward, we will allow you to begin your training as an Inquisitor of the Lotus Assassins. You honor me with this opportunity. There is much that still lies ahead, but I think you will do well. Our training regime is difficult. For some, it is even lethal. But you should have the skills to survive. Report to the fortress at the far end of the necropolis. The entrance is there. Now that you are worthy of finding it, make certain your affairs are in order before you go. I will tell them you are coming. Show them the seal when you arrive. Be mindful of your manners. Our trainers are not gentle, and they demand respect. What can I expect when I arrive? A new beginning. Your life becomes the Lotus Assassins. Death's hand becomes your guiding spirit. The Emperor is your father above. I wish you luck. Perhaps I will see you again, if you survive. Go and talk to my peeps.
So, things are looking up. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins. With the recommendation of the Inquisitor, the others will welcome you as a recruit. You can slip into the very heart of their lair. You could also go to the arena and seek the favor of the Executioner, but it isn't necessary now. A path to the Lotus Assassin Fortress is open.
And after we find the evidence against Death's hand, you will take us to the palace to find Master Li?
I promise, little Dawnstar. After we get what I want from the Lotus Assassins, the palace is the first place we will go. You have permission, so there won't be any trouble entering. It's only after we have the evidence against Death's hand that they might notice something is wrong.
Yeah, Zoo is gone. We'll worry about that when the time comes.
It would still be good to get some information first. Sagacious Zoo might know something. We should ask him.
Too late.
Where is he?
Well, you should be more careful of who you trust.
If I did, none of you would be here.
That is true. I wouldn't trust any of the ragged homeless you have collected. No offense meant to those of you who are actually homeless, Dawnstar. If Sagacious Zoo has gone to warn the Lotus Assassins, you need to move quick. If he's just run off, he is no longer our concern.
Zoo would not turn on us.
The Lotus Assassin Fortress is in the far end of the necropolis. They shouldn't give you any trouble. Just appear confident as you enter.
I'm going to do the talks for the other recruiter.
That is your decision. I suppose it doesn't hurt to make certain they trust you, but you should not take too long. Sagacious Zoo's actions are troubling. The Executioner in the arena will want you to demonstrate your ability as a combatant. Finish with him and hurry back. Do not hesitate for too long. Sagacious Zoo's sudden flight has made our task somewhat more urgent.
Yeah, that's right. What I was remembering was right. I could have done stuff with the turtle eggs and completely forgot. The turtle egg one is the one that I usually do, not freezes. Oh well, it's done.
Yes? How can this humble bunmaster assist you today? I still can't believe it's that easy to become a Lotus assassin. If I had known sooner, I would have joined their ranks as soon as possible. It would be brutal work, with little reward, and there's a good chance I'd die a hideous, painful death. But it couldn't all be better than married life, could it?
No, dude. Why don't you just leave your wife, Ho?
My prescient pretty has an uncanny knack for derailing my plans, in case you haven't already noticed. I have tried several times to leave, but it always fails miserably. Some say there are spirits out there that masquerade as people, and I suspect she may be one of them. She has my soul, and there's nothing I can do about it.
That seems a little far-fetched.
One time, I tried to sneak away while she was delivering a special order of buns to her uncle's family. As I started to leave, I slipped on some oil and broke my arm. Still, I put my arm in a sling and was continuing on my way when I was run down by a rogue bun cart. When I came to, my wife had returned and was in a foul mood. Apparently, everyone she had visited died from food poisoning. But why not her? I mean, I'm sure she ate at least one of the buns I sent.
You may be right. Perhaps she is not entirely human. Are you saying that the buns were
I am
poisoned?
saying no such thing. It is simply my lot in life to be given into the care of a demon whose sole sustenance comes from sucking the very life from my body and soul. Soup, anyone? As you say, I will be here scrubbing your pots until you call upon me again.
Be careful in the Lotus Assassin Fortress. They may not know you are an enemy, but they can still be dangerous. As much as I think it is foolishly dangerous, you need to go to the Lotus Assassin Fortress and find the information the princess needs. After that, she will take us to the palace. We are so close to Master Li. Just a little longer, I hope. Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it.
Congratulations on winning the Bronze Division. But, I don't have many secrets, because I've got nothing to hide. But there is one thing I haven't told you. I fought in the arena. Ha! I did more than fight. I won. Didn't even need a fancy name. The Black Whirlwind was perfect, they said. Nothing quite like getting paid to fight.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
I have my reasons. For now, I'll tell you this. It's a part of my life I wish I could forget, but no matter how much I drink, it stays with me. You don't need anything else from this place, so just stop here. You don't want to go any further. Let's just leave it at that.
No, I'm going to bring down Kylo.
What do you want? Now you're one of them, aren't you? But not really, right? We have to find them so we can stop them. I know you can do it. All the people whisper in fear about them, but you stand up and fight back. But the princess said you'll have to get inside their fortress to find them.
The Fortress of the Lotus Assassins, hidden among the graves of the necropolis. A fitting place for their corruption.
Is there anything else you want?
I'm sorry.
It's time you and I had a talk, mortal. You've been paying too much attention to this girl's problems and the Guardian's advice. We need more realism here. The girl is already dead. She's a walking corpse. She's nothing to anyone. What I want is the body. I need an anchor, and this little walking meat puppet can provide that. But Taika gives me trouble. He's in my way. He's weak, but the girl sides with him. To take control, I need your help, and I'm willing to offer servitude for it.
I won't let you harm the girl.
You say that
This
now,
girl.
but when the time comes, we'll see how much power tempts you. And if you continue to refuse, I still have ways to get my revenge.
Back into the darkness, Eugen. You tricked me so I wouldn't hear you talking. But no more. Spirit monk, it is unwise to speak with him. He knows only lies. For the sake of the child, have no further dealings with him. He is stronger now. He might be able to force his will out and be called. Resist him. Do not listen to him.
Always happy to help. What do you need? I was just thinking that I'd be more comfortable. You managed to satisfy the Lotus Assassins, and that's a major step forward. I just worry that it's a step over the edge of a precipice. Despite my misgivings, I can't help but smile at the thought that you're the reason they're so keen to acquire new recruits. Nothing like thinning the ranks to make some room. Of course, I'll be here if you need anything.
Let's go. Okay. Actually, let's go and see if we can get to Silver Division while we're here. Just keep it all together, and then I'll go over to the Skull's Garden and everything.
They say you're in good with the guild. You're allowed into the back rooms where Sweet Poison Lynn runs her shop, aren't you? I know you have a brilliant career to attend to here, but I have a favor to ask of you if you can spare a moment.
What's this favor you need of me?
I know you're allowed to go freely into the back room past Kui's office. Would you carry a message to someone in there for me?
What message do you need?
There's a merchant in the back named Sweet Poison Lynn. She has connections with the guild, the real authorities in this place. I want to expand my operation, but without the guild's approval and protection, I can only take very small bets. If I made any larger transactions, they'd be quite upset.
What would it take to get their protection?
I spoke to some of the lesser guild members, and there's a set fee that must be paid to Sweet Poison Lynn. It took me some time to save up the silver, but I have the fee. I just can't get back there to talk to Lynn and pay her directly. If you could go in there and pay her on my behalf, I'd happily repay you.
What would happen if you did go above their limit?
I would never do that. I'd be shut down or worse in a heartbeat. And there's too many people who'd happily report the infraction to Sweet Poison Lynn. The guild rewards those who can prove that people in my position aren't playing by their rules.
How would I benefit
A richer
from
game with higher bets, of course. I'm sorry I can't offer you more, but you must admit this is a small favor.
I'd be happy to help.
My thanks.
I'll go talk to her.
I'm sure Sweet Poison Lynn knows about my interest. I've been angling this deal for a while. You should run back there now. The sooner you go, the sooner we can up the antes.
What do you need from me?
I need to talk to you about Gambler
Dao Shen? He has angled for a long time for our permission to run a larger game. He's honest to a fault, but he still pulls in a fair bit of cash. I was wondering if he'd be resourceful enough. One of my associates has already told him of the cost involved. Are you here to deliver his payment?
I have 500 silver.
His payment? Good. Give it to me, and I'll send someone to go discuss the new terms of his operation. Now, back to our business, yes?
Where do you
I have
find
my
your
sources.
wares?
Some of them rich, some of them poor, and all of them very concerned with their privacy.
Are these goods
These fine
stolen?
wares may have changed hands a few times over history, but that's the nature of such things. If you're that worried, don't buy anything.
Do you ever worry about this much magic?
Do you have
in
any
one place?
idea how much magic the arena itself holds? These walls have seen more than you or I can imagine, and there's enough security for me not to worry.
Why do you run your
What
shop
the
like
Imperial bureaucrats don't know won't hurt them. First they decree wind maps off limits, and now there's concern over magical artifacts.
Do you have any idea why these restrictions
Certain
are in
items have
place?
always been considered questionable, but enforcement has been more strict in the past few years. All I really know is that the restrictions have done wonders for my customers' tolerance for raised prices. What more could I ask for? I'll be here when you
goodbye.
need more of my goods.
Before you say a thing, I had a visit from one of Sweet Poison Lynn's contacts. Fantastic news! I can up the bets! Now you can wager 10 or 25 silver on each roll. This is perfect, and I have you to thank. Thank you again for paying the fee from your own silver. Here's your repayment and a little extra for your time. Now that we can play for larger bets, let's say we set up a game.
Not right now,
Thanks again for all your help. Be seeing you around, I hope.
Cool.
The Bronze Division champion. Remember,
Dogs nipping at my heels aren't worthy of watching.
what do you need? Now that you are champion of the Bronze Division, the Silver Division awaits. It seems that, indirectly, this serpent has decided to... Excellent.
Let's
Follow.
win.
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a lone warrior prove stronger?
Oh dear. Oh, these ones are really not that easy. Easier than I thought.
Another demon falls. We shall have to add a new division for you alone if this keeps up. Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you personally. This is a rare honor. Do try to be polite. You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena, and the Serpent's private chamber is just off of it. You may as well go now and see what he wants. Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate him alone. I know you usually have a friend with you, but they'll have to remain behind for this meeting.
Looks like you're still walking after that last match. Too bad. You just watch yourself. Kui will be sending you to see me if you keep that up, and I'll break you in two. Given half the chance, yes. If you can't handle it, you don't need to talk to me. There are some people who call the way I operate walking the low path, but they're fools. Good. Go bother someone else.
Hang on.
We should have told you that Kylon will only see you alone. Are you ready to go in now?
Be wary. Kylon could either be a strong ally or your worst enemy. If anything goes wrong, I'll be waiting with the others, and not far off.
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience for us both, I'm sure. Take this as my thanks. You are a smart young woman. Smart enough to know that you will get much further as my friend than my foe. You may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, will come your way in the near future.
If you're proposing I cheat all 3 fights, I refuse.
Cheat is such a pedestrian term. I prefer to think of myself as a creative engineer. Like the fountains that channel water throughout the land, I spread entertainment to the people. Right now is an interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. I've no doubt that Kui has told you about us, if you didn't already know. Our organization is involved in many different activities, most of which operate below the view of the authorities of this great empire.
You're a bunch of criminals.
Now, we're above calling each other names, aren't we? The Guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. A man by the name of Gao the Greater has been killed, and with his death, a new leader must be chosen. I intend to replace him in that role, and I need good people to back me.
You realize that I'm the one who eliminated Gao the Greater. You want to be a pirate, backing a slave trader with an arrogant dog of a son.
You knew him, yet you aren't associated with our organization. The logical conclusion is that you are his killer. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. Consider my reluctance to turn you into the Lotus Assassins a repayment for that debt in full. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. I'm sure you know that he was one of the fighters here and that he left the arena. But do you know why?
I honestly don't know. He won't tell me.
He has good reason not to tell you about this part of his admittedly spotty past. Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Did he tell you that he was thrown out of the arena? Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of defecating in public.
Nothing I don't already know. I can accept him.
If you trust him, you are a fool. The Black Whirlwind is an impressive fighter, but he is better avoided than confronted. We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely stayed here and went on to become champion. You could reach that point yourself, you know. Indeed, that's a distinct possibility. To become champion yourself, you will need my support. That means you and I will work together closely.
I want nothing to do with you, Specks.
You place yourself in a precarious position, my young friend. I would hate to see your career stagnate. You see... What is that noise?
Hey, you can't... Ah!
Damn you, serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
No, you won't, Whirlwind. Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this polite discussion has concluded, as so many do, in your odorous presence. We may talk again. Perhaps.
We're leaving now. You and I have to talk. Alone. It's important.
Very well.
can't trust Kyla. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind?
Step back, Joe. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone.
You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the Serpent's tail!
Come back here.
He fought like a monster for a little guy. Better than I've been in a while. All this best behavior when you're in the city business was wearing on my nerves. Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kylon's thugs, you know. Not at all.
What do you mean?
Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, I was the best there was. Then my brother came to the city and decided he'd join the arena too. The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kylon were there, and Lucky Cho too. But he was just a runt back then.
Chills. Is your brother still
fighting? My
fighting?
brother became the arena champion. The Raging Ox. They said he retired, but he didn't retire. He was killed. I should know. I'm the one who killed him.
Why did you kill him?
Raging Ox was one of Kylon's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kylon approached me first. And when I turned him down, he went to my brother instead. When Ox joined up with Kylon, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side.
That must have made things awkward between you two.
He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Once he fell in with Kylon, he stopped talking to me. Soon Ox became Kylon's enforcer and carried out his bidding. He'd skulk around in robes so no one would know the arena champion was a common thug. One night I followed Ox back to Kylon's. I was drunk and I was mad. I just wanted to tell Ox how dangerous Kylon was, convince him to leave. But Kylon was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Ox tried to stop me. When it was over, Ox was dead, and my axe was covered in his blood.
What happened then?
Kylon just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time in my life, I ran. I ran, and then I drank myself into a stupor that lasted for half a year.
Kylon truly is
You do
something.
what you have to in the arena. Just don't fool yourself about working with the Serpent. Lucky Cho's death just put you on the Serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kylon's face if you become arena champion. Of course, I'd rather just kill him. Come on, let's go.
I guess I'll keep you Whirlwind at the moment and get Sky back shortly. Okay.
I want to hear that you're ready.
Yes. actually.
More
Something
than
like
I'd
that
care
Black
to.
Wall one.
I strongly suspect that Lucky Cho's disappearance was no coincidence. I wondered when things would come to a head. I was hoping Black Whirlwind would just stay away, but he won't, will he? Not while you're here.
Black Whirlwind says Raging Ox is actually dead. Do you
I
believe him?
wondered. It seemed too convenient that he'd one day just suddenly leave and never return, with only a letter to tell us he was going. I figured that if Raging Ox had been killed, only one person I could think of possessed the skills to do it, his brother. For his sake, I kept my peace. The last thing he needs is accusations of murder. He's already filled a dozen scrolls with records of public drunkenness, crimes against decency, and violence. Now, let's not speak of this again. If you must speak of it, talk to your friend directly. This next fight should be fairly simple for you. I once more want to send you up against 4 opponents. The crowd loves those fights. These are tougher than the students you faced before, but should pose no problem.
Let's do this.
We found him just like this.
You did?
3 Reach, the old stableman, found him. He kept everyone else out.
We can trust him. What about Cho? Do we know who's responsible?
Last I saw of him, he was following Silver Phoenix.
She fights next, does she not? Replace the men slated for that match with our own. And ensure that their blades are coated with extract from the Ebon Orchid. Even the ancient magic of this place could not neutralize that poison.
It will be done. What about Lucky Cho? There are hundreds of people here to see the new fighter. We can't carry the body out of here.
Then we don't. You must always use the resources available to you.
I always thought this game was really
Flashing
cool
blades
looking
and
stuff.
deadly
I'd
grace.
love to see a remaster of it. It would be so pretty. Oh god. Too slow. God damn it. Will you just change who you're... This is not good. This is not good. I'm gonna die.
Your end is near.
Ah! My first death. Well, first death in the arena.
We should have told you that Kailan will only...
God damn it. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. I should have saved before it. Before the
You are smart.
But I was not smart.
He has good reason not to. You see, what is that noise?
Hey, you can't...
Damn you, serpent!
No.
Come on. Yeah, man.
Look, you can't trust Kailan. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind?
Step back, Joe. For once in my life, I've got something...
You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kailan the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the serpent's tail!
Oh, he's bastard. Oh my god.
Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kailan's. What?
Okay, that was a different one, I'm sure. Okay. Save. Dumbass.
I want to hear that you're... What?
Yes, yes, yes. That's what.
We found him just like this.
You?
3.
Flashing blades and deadly grace.
have poison, but probably still not poison like the other guys, so it should be fine. Definitely feeling better than it was last time. Dear Lord.
I do not know who those men were. The fighters I picked for you to face were not guild men, and they certainly lacked poison-coated blades.
What about the protective spells? Where they were removed
The wards
as well?
are useless against poison. That's a danger we have never been able to solve. Those men were Kailan's, not mine. I keep myself as far away from that end of things as I can. You have to believe that I look out for my fighters. Just before you came up here, I received word from one of the guildmen from outside the arena. They send their apologies. I believe they feel Kailan's actions were not appropriated to the situation. You shouldn't have to fear assassins again, not after that message.
You sure they won't try something like this
You are
again?
not hearing this from me, but tensions have risen between the Serpent and the Guild itself. He's making a bid for control, and some factions are quite upset. You may feel caught in the middle, but the weather sages say the eye of the storm is the safest place.
Tell me
We've
about
had a
my next
request
step.
from the Imperial Army. They want one of our best to help them test out a small group of war machines known as golems. I've decided to put you up against them. I want you to prove that our folks are superior to anything the Army could devise. Are you ready to show them what you've got? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
The Imperial Army honors us with a most
Probably
unique
should have
trial.
saved. Oh well.
Stone Immortal!
Right. Because I'll be dealing with these eventually anyway.
I knew you could defeat those things. The Imperial Army's telling me they figured out some way to improve upon the design, thanks to you. I say stick to traditional soldiers. Sagacious Tien needed no machines to build the Empire.
Tell me about my
I
next
rushed
fight.
out notification of this match, and we've had the outcriers shouting themselves hoarse. I hear many nobles will even be in attendance. It's rare that the Silver Division rests balanced against a single victory on the scales of combat, you know. That's nothing compared to the skills of Silver Phoenix, who has soared so high so quickly. Words like those spread like raging flames. Will you face Soldier now? The Silver Division Championship awaits you.
I will.
If that's
Just
the
let
decision
me
you want to
save.
make, it's your Kailan is truly in charge of this place because of his association with the guild. If he gets things his way, he'll seize control of the whole guild before long. It's nothing to concern yourself with. If anything comes up with the guild or the Serpent, I will negotiate and deliberate with them, not you. When you walk the...
I am restored.
That's not what I wanted to do. Yes, yes. exhausted. I'm gonna check. That should be it. Okay.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next...
Yes.
Excellent.
Can Silver Phoenix take the Silver Division? Iron Soldier will not fall easily!
Soldier is a worthy opponent. I hope you understand how many warriors have tried to extrapolate him from the Silver Division Championship. Be proud. From here, your battles will be even harder. A test, if you will, to see if you stand a chance against the Ravager. Impress the crowd, and you will have your chance against the Ravager himself. I can promise you that.
The crowd loved that fight.
Surely this was enough. I know you feel like a rising star, but your rewards are fixed. You'll find that the Gold Division battles sate your purse's hunger. Now that that's settled, what else can I do for you? The Gold Division is the toughest series of fights in the Empire. Ultimately, you can think of it as a test to see if you're ready to face the Ravager. Your first match will be a rare challenge. There is a style that was banned from the tournament combat 5 centuries ago. You will face the Phoenix Unity style.
What's so special about this style?
That is something best discovered for yourself. Suffice it to say that if you stand against it, the battle will be memorable.
If the style was banned, why am I
do not believe in outdated prohabitations. As you may see, this style is not fair for single combat, but it is a fair test of a Master Warrior's abilities. If that's
I'm not ready
the decision.
For this fight yet. I am going
Things are
to...
interesting right now. Be as careful walking the streets as you are in the ring. I don't think Kailan is pleased with your progress.
Your victories are impossible for the other fighters to ignore. You are a master of the arena, the ground where executioners are born. Perhaps you have potential that you are not even aware of. There may be a role in the executioners for you after all. Why have you chosen to come here when you have already earned the favor of the Inquisitor? Do you wish the blessing of someone less corrupted? No, you are stronger than that. We will train away this timid front and tap a potential that you haven't yet dreamed of. If you survive, you will join an order unlike any other. We enforce the will of Death's Hand and the Emperor. We guard the treasures of the Empire. This will be your responsibility. Can you look on silver coins, golden tablets, or prophesized artifacts and think only of duty?
You've seen my skill. Just give your recommendation.
Then we will waste no more time. You are adequate, and I will allow you to begin training. Proceed to our fortress. It lies at the far side of the burial ground that is the necropolis, which you may reach through the rich section of the city. Present this token so that they will know you. I expect great things of you. Not many of our recruits possess both the skills to become executioners and the personality to attract such a loyal band of followers.
You will find that I am no ordinary
Indeed.
recruit.
Many others think that they are above the norm when they join us, as if acceptance elevates their status. You will learn that conformity to our ways will serve you better. I am well aware of those who come with you, their strengths and their weaknesses. You inspire loyalty in most of those who follow you. That will serve you well.
Are you saying someone isn't loyal
Am
to me?
I? Or do you doubt your own abilities to deal with them if proven treacherous? In time, you will see that your loyalty to our order is all that matters. If you survive your training and remain in control of your senses, perhaps you will serve at my side one day.
I never enjoy controlling my senses. They catch a lot of things I'd miss. Whatever. We'd better tell the others we made some progress.
Okay. Go and talk to the others. And then I'll leave it off there. Though I'll probably come back and continue on with the gold division and all that stuff in the next stream.
I suppose it is good that the Lotus Assassin Executioner accepted you. I wish I felt better about that. Will you be heading to the Lotus Assassin Fortress soon? When you are through there, the princess will take us to the palace. You've appeased both of the Lotus Assassin recruiters. What else could we possibly need to do? As much as I think it is foolishly dangerous, don't go.
You must go to the Lotus Assassin Fortress like we agreed. Find the evidence against Death's Hand, and I will help you rescue Master Li. I don't understand. You've gained the favor of the Lotus Assassins with a fair amount of ease. What else is there to speak of? Is there something you are wondering? About me? I am Princess Sun Lian, the Heavenly Lily. What more are you worthy of knowing? I do not remember ever being allowed to just be a child. My mother died when I was born, shortly before the end of the long drought and the fall of my uncles. I was in the care of tutors too afraid to punish me and too ingratiating to teach me anything useful. I quickly found ways to sneak away from the palace. They dared not report my excursions for fear they would be punished. They would scurry around all day trying in vain to find me. Yes, it was. I didn't fully understand the risk and made some mistakes. But in the end, what I have become is a result of that. In the city, I met the people. The peasants, the homeless, the thieves. It was a much different world from what you see from the palace. They never realized who I was. I'm sure they would have been terrified of the army storming in to rescue me. Most just wanted to be left alone. That life was exciting, but also useful. Even Lotus assassins overlook the beggar on the street, but she still has eyes and ears. You announce your questions like a wild animal with no warning of the claws you unleash. Proceed slowly, lest you turn me away.
Didn't actually mean to do something.
The shadow behind my public self. How else can a curious princess learn what really happens in her domain? I don't have time to interpret the veiled statements of advisors, so I became a thief, an assassin, whatever I needed to be. People will not speak to the princess. Bad news kills the messenger first. Silk Fox knows how to persuade. That is how I learned about the activities of Death's Hand. There are many excuses for a vain princess to retreat from sight for days, even weeks at a time. My father encourages such getaways. And if courtiers ever discovered that I was not where I said I would be, who would dare question the Heavenly Lily? I may eschew the formality of it, but being the daughter of the Emperor still has its privileges. I do not like to speak about that. I try to avoid the court as much as possible. It is filled with sycophants pandering to the fancies of my father, with little or no concern to their own dignity. It is distasteful. I can handle myself better than any of the fancy courtiers who attempt to match me. I know that someday the court will be mine to rule. When I succeed my father, there will be quite a cleaning out, but with Death's Hand manipulating him, that day seems less and less likely. We need to stay focused on what is important, and that is exposing Death's Hand. Nothing else matters. I think we are through here. Do not hesitate.
Always happy to help. What do you need? You managed to satisfy the Lotus Assassins, and that's a major step forward. I just worry that it's a step... Despite my misgivings, I can't help but smile. Of course. Our enemies will fall like leaves in autumn.
That's the button I wanted. Okay. Going to leave it here. I'll learn the buttons eventually. I'm too used to playing my Switch currently, trying to hit the bumpers. I'm going to leave it off here and continue on Wednesday. Whoa, excuse me. Depending on how I feel. I wasn't feeling the best today, but I pushed myself to do this. So at least this is done. I hope you guys enjoyed, even though there was a little bit of failure happening today. If you're interested in any of my future or past streams, videos, you can find them here on Twitch and over on YouTube. I'd also love if you'd follow me over on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's where, well, Twitter and Facebook is where I announce that I'll be doing the streams. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!